Jennifer? There you are. Hold on, let's bring you up here. There we go. You're on mute. Hi.
Hello.
Hello, Jennifer. How are you? Welcome.
I'm great, thank you. It's beautiful to bathe in that energy that you're cultivating here.
Oh,
Just
thanks.
listening to Catherine and to your conversation. It's a blessing to already come in and be welcomed like this.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. And Jennifer is going to share with us on leading with sovereignty and truth and wild authenticity, what that looks like. And you can already tell, you know, with her energy and, you know, her background, that she really is that symbol of this wild authenticity. And I'm going to read you her bio, and then we're going to go into what Jennifer is going to share with us today. And I'm really, really excited for you to receive that. So, Jennifer Ackad, embodiment and transformation coach and now international bestseller co-author, Jennifer Ackad left a successful mechanical engineering career in 2010 to follow her soul calling. For more than 9 years, she immersed herself thoroughly into yoga therapy and other self-healing schools, diving deep into her own body and self-awareness to discover what she now calls home within. Creator of the Authentic Woman You Are transformation system, she accompanies women to create space in their body and in their lives in order to awaken the wisdom, truth, and answers they hold inside. Her mentoring programs are intimate containers where women gather to reignite their innate sacred power, reconnect to their intrinsic gifts, and ground in their true essence. By honoring their deep desires and higher calling, women shift their lifestyle, manifesting a creative and fiercely aligned life while empowering others. Ah, that sounds so lush and beautiful and deep, and you know, everything, just all the light bulbs going on. Yeah, Jennifer. So you share how you left your career in 2010. I had no idea it was such a long time ago. Share with us, you know, how being in a career like that was, what it was about, and then what actually catalyzed you to, you know, remove yourself from there. What happened?
Yes, it's been a journey, Alexia. So going back to my engineering years, what can I say about this? It was very comfortable. It was very safe. You know, it was the path that I had been guided into. It was a personal choice. I remember when I chose engineering, it was aligned, it was true. It was aligned with an essence of power that I could tap into back then, but it was the only box I could actually choose that could fit something I could feel around power. Now, power is a very charged word, so we're not going to go into this right now, but it was a lot of the masculine power that I associated with being sovereign, you know, and being free. But what I discovered along the years is that it actually created damage on my body. It started like a lot of contraction, a lot of masculinization of my body, which created a disconnection from my essence. So I started traveling a lot, and when I was traveling, I was feeling freer, and I was tapping back into that essence that I could feel when I was younger. And I was like, what's this? So my engineering mind was actually comparing. I was like, well, how come I access those states of being when I'm traveling, but when I'm back in my 8 to 5 routine, something's lacking. So I started being kind of, just a scientist of this phenomenon. And I was like, I want this freedom. I want to be in that state all the time. So one thing led to the other, and I realized that the box of engineering was not meant for me anymore. I had hit a wall, and I was starting to get even sick, like more depressed, confused, a lack of meaning. I had worked in South Africa for 2 years, where the
I didn't know that.
I know,
that's so cool. Yeah. Which part of South Africa were you in?
Johannesburg.
Okay, nice.
So it really shifted my perspective and my pace of life also to work in Africa like this. So one thing again led to the other, and I chose to, you know, knock on my boss's door, and I told him, listen, I need to go home. And home was a calling. The calling was to go home within and to reconnect to that body. I was like, what's hidden in there? I became super, super curious about the codes that were held in the body and the wisdom that was held in the body. So yes, so that ends the transition, and there's so much to say around this, but
wow. And were you met with any resistance in your environment and within yourself? Or you sound like you were quite aligned with yourself, but what about the people around you, your family, you know, people that probably were happy that you were on the path that you were on with engineering and, you know, the success around that? Was there resistance?
Of course.
Yeah.
I think you'll agree that it's not an easy path when you start choosing your path. Of course, I mean, the biggest challenge for me on this path has always been the judgment of the people I loved, and the tribes and the communities and the families. And since I was a young kid anyway, I used to be in rooms and just not provoked, but there was a shift. There was something that was being created in others. And at first I was like, what's wrong with me? You know, like, what's happening here?
Yeah.
But then I realized that it's a function, it's a design, you know, it's something that breaks boxes, and I just cannot handle what's not true. So something is true until it's not. And when something's not true anymore, everything starts shaking inside of it.
Yes.
I literally crystallize. And of course, people shake around, and it's shaking, meaning like the belief systems that they are bathing in starts shaking, because I'm starting to opt in to a different current, something that's deeper, more authentic, more connected to, let's say, source and essence. So it's also a blessing for people around, like it is for me, because it starts shattering what's not true in them. But most people get uncomfortable and then project judgments or limitations on me and fears. So my parents, when I put engineering, oh my gosh, like, I mean, of course I got condemned, and like that was not the only thing on my path that I got condemned on. You get used to it. You just get used to it. The freedom and the energy that comes with it is way more worth it than having to deal with the discomfort of facing the people you love. Or at one point, it's not that you don't care, you just get used to to receiving the jewels and the gifts that come with saying yes to your path. And then you're like bowing, you're like, okay, yes, I continue. Because if I compromise, if I don't unapologetically, authentically choose myself, then I'm not a contribution to others. Because I compromise my energy, I jeopardize my life force. And then what kind of service am I? I'm going to become bitter, resentful, angry, and I'm going to project my shit, on others. And that's not
That's so true. And I'm so glad you opened that up. And it was something that came up with another speaker, that with Susanna, if I'm not mistaken, that, you know, when we start noticing ourselves getting triggered and just being like snappy or angry or resentful or you know, any of those non-resourceful responses, that's a surefire way to know that you're not in alignment with your core self and your essence. So and you're definitely not a service to anybody in that way.
No, and I love that you're bringing this, because with embodiment, you really use those signs as messengers. In my body, I feel anger. What is behind the anger? What's the message? What's the need? What is it telling me about my life that I'm not in alignment with? And where is it in my body? Where is this energy locked in the body? And how can I unleash that energy?
Can you talk about a little bit about, you know, the repercussions of not releasing that energy out of the body? Like, say, you know that you got some stuff stuck in there, but you're like, rather ignore it, rather leave it, like for years and years on end. What are the repercussions of that?
It's this ease, this comfort, this alignment. So it's very shortly said, but this is what gets created. So let's go with this ease, right? So blocked energy, whether it's an emotion, a memory, a situation that you're not addressing, a part of yourself, of your design that you're not reclaiming because you're just too scared of owning up to who you are. It creates contraction, but condemnation of your energy. So your body starts shrinking, your essence starts being shut down.
Yeah.
It's like you say no to yourself. So
Yeah.
something becomes small. And in that smallness, really physically, the veins, the arteries, the nervous system, the circuitry gets tensed, it gets smashed. So literally, physically, your cells, your organs don't get nourished.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we want to create space in the body to first create that space around the cells, around the veins, so the blood and their nervous system can nourish, can do their function.
Yeah.
And then the cells get, pumped energy, and then the opposite of dis-ease appear, which is ease and health, right?
Yeah.
And then your life force and all the other realms also come in, and obviously your body is big B, right? It's not just physical. There's, all the big body, energetical and emotional and spiritual. And
yeah, everything begins to come online. That's so beautiful.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. So thanks for sharing that and elaborating. So when you chose to get on your true path, what has been your biggest challenge, like the latest biggest challenge in your life? Like what have you been called through, like most recently? If you can share.
Challenge.
Yeah.
Yes, lately the biggest challenges was to really acknowledge at a deeper level my material life.
Okay.
So dealing with reality at a very, very tangible level. Selling the house where my son was born, buying a new house in nature, buying a house in Costa Rica, accepting to receive abundance, accepting to deal with like really tangible money and banks and stuff like this. This is just a personal challenge, and I had to deal with deeper parts of my body that I was choosing to be more in the spiritual aspect of things before, and embodied. But this part is just it's a bigger step. It's really owning up to the lifestyle I want to be creating, to the responsibility I have around this, the responsibility coming with the power that I'm choosing to reclaim. Power meaning the life force, and just owning up to more service, showing up more with my message, being more visible, allowing my nervous system to discharge all the fears that come with being visible and taking a real stand and saying, hey, it's not about believing me or not believing me. It's about really just choosing me, and whoever it can touch, then it touches. So detaching from the, I would say my challenge lately has been on just taking that new stand and releasing the fears coming with taking that new stand of lifestyle and taking new stand of leadership.
Yeah. So guys, as you can hear, the fears don't stop coming up. Exactly. Just because we get awakened, or just because we say we're enlightened, or we're choosing our soul path, or you wake up tomorrow, you make a decision about, changing your life. The fears don't stop. So there's a misconception about, how life gets to be, and that it's la-di-da and it's all roses. It's not like that. All the speakers today, there are people who have chosen their soul path. There are people who have had struggles and challenges. And, they are people that are still choosing their soul path despite the fears that come up, and myself included. Okay, so like Jennifer, she's been in this field for years, and now she's going through another set of fears. So it's all up on the spiral, right? It's every time you choose something, in your life, there's a like an initiation that we have to go through, and then the embodiment, and then the integration, and it's really it's a process. So just notice, like take that in, that it's just because there is a fear there, that's not a message for you to stop and to like give up on your dream or give up on your soul path, or to change course. I don't know, would you like to speak into that? And
Yes, totally. I mean 1% resonance with what you're sharing. The fears just don't stop, because the fear is actually the toxin and the protection on top of your essence and your gifts. So if your intention is clear to reclaim your energy, your connection to life force, your gifts, the jewels that you're here to give, you will it's just the process. The process is to release the protection, but the protection is composed of fear. So as you knock on the door of the protection and you're like, hey, I see you, let's go to the next level. As it releases in the body, it will release the toxin of fear with it. What we need to put our attention on is where we're actually going, which is the layer underneath, which is more authenticity, rather than putting the attention on the fears that are getting released, the dialogue, the thoughts that come with that.
Yes.
That's the alchemy. Because the second we identify with the fear, then we believe it's true, but the fear is not true. Unless, you know, unless if a lion is in front of you and just wants to bite you and eat you alive, that's real fear, like the survival really kicks in, right?
Yes. Yeah.
But yes, so most of it is just, it's fear that it's a conditioning, right?
Yeah.
Fear that was programmed in through the limitations of the boxes that you have grown into, school or religion, family, society.
Yeah, I love that. I love that we get to knock on the door and, you know, open that door and allow fear to get released and to go on its way. Yeah, it's almost as if the fears are an illusion, and just like an illusion trying to keep you, you know, comfortable and, you know, in that state of, yeah, it's okay, this side, it's okay. I won't venture over to that side. But the truth is that when you do cross that bridge, when you do like move past the veil of the fear, there is so much for you there. There is so much for you there. And you basically can't even comprehend, because we're still on this side, and, you know, crossing is actually part of the receiving the gifts. And then it's a totally different world when you're willing to pass through and, you know, pass through that portal of your fears. So,
yes, and it's because it's so unknown. You feel the vision, you feel the frequency of the vision, but you just don't know how, you know, how it looks. So it's really like, I heard Catherine speaking into pioneering. So it's really pioneering your path and choosing to jump into the unknown. But the more you do it, the more comfortable you are, even in the fear. You just get used to the process. You're like, oh, I've done it in the past. Look at what has been accomplished. So you just keep on going. It becomes really a choice of path. There's no other path that tastes as good when you start, you know, jumping in onto your own unique path. Even if it's uncomfortable and it's vortexy and chaotic, there's so much creativity and rawness and wilderness, right? It's wild.
Speak about the wild. Let's bring in the wild authenticity and the wild truth. Speak about that for us.
It's just okay. Yes. I mean, the wild, it's where all the juice is. I love calling it. It's the juiciness of life. You know, I personally, you know, routine works for me until it just doesn't. Like, I break boxes because it brings so much of rawness and juiciness to life. It activates me personally, and it brings that fierceness. So it's very difficult to explain. It's once you're in that current, it takes you. And you just don't know where your next step is going to be led. You just choose to bow to the current. And it just takes you. It's like, I'm going to say it like this, you know, it's like making love, right? You make love, you just don't know where it's taking you. You just surrender into it. And it tastes good and it's pleasurable and it just leads you to ecstasy, you know? So it's when you start living like this and making love to life, there's no space really for confusion. Fear comes, but oops, you release, and then you're making love again. And it's just this process of surrendering and surrendering and surrendering, and jewels and gifts, and they just come, and it's so nourishing. Your cells are so activated that it's and then it's wild. I just can name it like this. You end up buying a house online, and you're like, end up buying a house in Costa Rica, and you end up receiving abundance because you took the leap of faith to choose falling. That's what's wild. Like you would have told me a year ago that I would have bought 2 houses in the same year, I would have told you, oh my gosh, really? No way, you know?
Not me, yeah.
But that's where the wild path took me. And it's in alignment. Everything is being put in place. And I'm still curious. Like, I'm still curious of what's going to happen next week. So
Yes,
that's why.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah, I love the analogy with the making love, and it's absolutely that it gets to be a point of ecstasy in your life, and that you get to like drink the juices of life and really be in a space of that inner joy, that childish bliss. And you know, I can even just think of, you know, doing stupid things out in the garden with the kids and things that an adult wouldn't do, and you know, just allowing yourself to be unleashed, because what other people say doesn't matter anymore. And as long as you are doing what your heart is telling you, that's all that matters. And by doing that, you know that you are of service to your children, you know that you are of service to your partner, to your community. And yeah, I resonate fully with that, and it's a beautiful way to live. I mean, you are in a place of wildness that I have never been before, like buying 2 houses in the same year and moving to another country, and much like Catherine. But I can feel in my body that the essence of that, and it's beautiful, and really, it really feels powerful. So it's that power that you were talking about. It does, because you don't have to control anything. You don't have to control anything. Nothing. You don't. It's not on your shoulders. It's not. You know. You really are free to follow the calling and live that way.
Yes, and it's not the mind. It's really the body choosing. That's why it's wild. It becomes animal. Of course, we have the intelligence, and we have, you know, like we're evolved species. But it's when we connect to this primal force, it's very animalistic. It's very instinctive and intuitive, right? And I work with the body, you know, embodiment coach. So it's really the sacrum pushing the life force inside my body, at the root of my body, telling me this is your mission, this is your purpose. And it becomes like such a, you know, like it's a force.
Yes.
It's a force push. So, and that's why I insist a lot in my groups around the womb area, right? So we're speaking about making love and everything, but the womb is where our creative power is. And as we tap and as we peel off the layers, the shame, the guilt, the you know, all the taboos around our sexual force, which is our primal force, which is our vital energy, that's where the juice is. And it's when we reclaim that it creates that bridge, you know, from bottom to up. There's a bridge created, and your spine is just energized with the current. And then the compromises are less and less, because you feel when you're not in alignment. Your body starts like contracting right away. You're like, you pick it up. You're like, no. And then it's like Jedi work a bit. It's like, you know, the Matrix? I watched it like many years ago, and I was like, wow, that's cool. But it's actually like this. You just, there's a, you avoid the obstacles. You avoid those things.
Yeah, because you're so in tune, and you're so in tune with your matrix and your creative force, that you see it, you feel it. That's powerful. That's
and there's a path to this. Everybody can have access to this. So I want to reassure everybody who's listening that it's not just unique to me or to you. It is accessible. There are formulas. You know, there's a path, you know, bringing your attention inside your body, inside your womb, feeling safe inside your body, starting with the pelvic floor, feeling the pelvic floor's breath. You can tap back into that primal breath. This is where your safety is going to be. This is where your value is going to be felt. You're going to feel the grounded earthly value that you have. And then nobody can take that away from you. From that space, then you operate. You make your choices, and there's something grounded and stable when you connect to that energy. So when people around start challenging you and testing you, because it's always a reflection, right? It's always tests. You're like, yes, oh no. And then you're like, you see how my energy just shifted now? Like now I'm just connected to that calmness inside.
Mm-hmm.
But from that calmness, then all the rest can rise, because you have that home within. You know where to rest. You know where to reset.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah. We still have some time left. Would you like to take people through a process, or I don't know, do you want to share any steps or a process, or maybe an activation or a meditation?
Yeah, how much time do we have left, huh?
Well, our next speaker is coming up at the top of the hour. So
we have 15 minutes.
Yeah, we got about 15 minutes, yeah.
Okay, all right. I mean, let's weave with the energy that's present right now, which is the home within, and it's going to be linked to my free gift also. So it's
perfect.
Perfect.
Okay.
So everybody, you can close your eyes and start simply connecting with the breath, how it comes in and out. How it touches your inner body, the cells, the tissues, the organs. Feeling both the softness inside and also the structure of the body holding you. And bringing that intention of intimacy as you are receiving yourself, and as you're receiving also the field of energy that's present in our room right now. And feeling now the breath going down and touching the pelvic floor. Feeling the subtlety of that touch. Feeling the sensations around the pelvis, the left hip and the right hip. Allowing the rest of the body to drop its weight. There's no control, no holding up. We want to get a clear picture, the posture of your body as activity to work on the body. Dropping the weight on Mother Earth. Relaxing the belly. And feeling that grounding from your body with Mother Earth, and also Mother Earth weaving with you from your roots up. And again, being very intimate with the micro adjustments in the body. Be patient with yourself if no sensations are present. No sensations are also sensations. Being very gentle and welcoming of everything that's happening inside physically. Attention staying in the lower parts of the body, the legs, the pelvis, and the belly. Feeling how the breath touches the tissues inside without forcing the inhale, but feeling the natural breath, how it moves in the body. And relaxing the diaphragm, feeling it going up and down. Feeling the massage that it's actually giving to the guts area and also to the lungs area. And tapping into this intimacy, this connection to yourself. Going as deep as feeling the lungs pumping in your chest. The details of the pumps, how they move. Allowing the shoulders weight to drop, the arms weight. Relaxing the throat. Opening the mouth, keeping the jaw open. Knowing that this is directly linked to the pelvis. Biomechanically, and releasing the back of the tongue. Again, being intimate with yourself, knowing that this is creating space around your organs. Creating space for more of your potential to be integrated in your physical body as an embodiment of your soul, incarnated in who you are here on earth. Releasing the back of the eyes and feeling the sensations on the skin of the face. Like a balm circulating in the skin. And surrendering into those sensations, remembering your roots, knowing that your primal power, your grounded essence starts at the root of your body, safe here on earth. And now feeling the movements of the brain. How is your brain breathing physically in the skull? Very intimate connection. Keeping your eyes closed to make sure that your intention is to tune into that movement of the breath inside the brain. Allowing the thoughts that protect the function of your brain to dissolve. Creating space around this antenna, this receptor of the body. Integrating the deeper layer of authenticity in the brain. What is the information that you're receiving now? And now feeling the breath of the whole body, making it a whole system. Feeling how the subtleties of the body move in its integrality and wholeness, connected to the earth, receiving the center of the earth. And then allowing this body to be connected to the center of the sky, receiving from up above down inside your body. You being the channel between the center of the earth and the center of the sky. And allowing yourself to be conscious of what's in the way of that current. Your body will tell you, and it will show you. allowing everything that's in the way to start melting and dissolve in that essence, in that current, which is who you are. And now feeling physically the connection to the ground, to Mother Earth, feeling your sit bones and your hips, your womb. And making the choice to rebirth into that essence from your womb space. Choosing so that your actions enter in alignment with that current. The current will show you the actions that your legs must take. Allow yourself to receive answers from your womb space now. Allow your body to feel nourished, to replenish. Receiving that mother essence. Taking a deep breath in, allowing your body to start moving slowly and feeling all the movements that your body is making. You can start by moving your fingers, moving a bit your spine, allowing your body to choose the movement. What is your body inclined to do right now? And trust that. Ready, you can open your eyes and reconnect with us physically. This is a process that I call discovering home within. It's really a rebirth process using the essence of the mother and the codes of the womb to reclaim that sovereign power, to reclaim that safety inside of yourselves. This is a path to reclaim that primal energy.
Thank you, Jennifer.
You're welcome.
That was beautiful. I could feel like a pulsating just right under between the lungs, but where the rib cage begins to open in that space. There's like almost like a movement, like a pulsating, don't know what that is. When you said be open to receive from the womb, the messages from the womb, then this went bloop, bloop.
They're calling it like surgery-like effect. It's like it's really
Yes.
the tissue and it releases the protection. It's like it's really working and it releases energy inside.
Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Does anybody have anything to share? Anyone want to share on how that was for them? Any questions for Jennifer? You can grab her free gift. I think, yeah, Kay is going to drop it in now. Thanks for that, Kay. Just drop Jennifer's free gift. So Jennifer is sharing the Discovering Home Within embodiment journey, and you get to grab that and experience that for yourself and connect to Jennifer directly through that link. So thank you so much, Jasna. Yes, good protection, absolutely. Jennifer, do you have any last words?
Just thank you, Alexia, for creating this summit and creating this container for all of us to share our medicine and our gifts and just what we are here to do in the world. And really, the purpose is wanting to, everybody rising together in all of this. It's possible for you. It's not just exclusive to some of us. It is possible for you, and many of us are choosing to pioneer and to lead the way. Many of us. So it's choosing what's in resonance and saying yes to yourself, and the doors will open. You can trust the doors will open.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Much love. Yes.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.